I'm Bianca.
And I'm Byron.
Welcome to the Self-Made Book Channel
and podcast.
Today we are talking about, can you start a business without money?
So I get this question asked so much, right? Actually, let me rephrase it. I get asked the question that I need to raise capital for my business so that I can start.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. That's the question.
Or how do I raise money for my business so I can start my business?
Or more to the point, they'll say, I haven't started the business because I need to raise money.
Exactly,
yeah.
right? Yeah. So when I ask the question, okay, how much do you need? First of all, 50 grand or 20 grand. It's like, right? And I'm like, okay, what do you need that money for? Yeah, for stock, for this, for that. And then when I actually qualify what they need the money for, they don't actually need the money or as much money to actually start the business. Yeah. Yes, in the ideal world, you'll have loads of stock sitting there waiting to be sold because you've got so many customers. But when you actually look at it and you actually start to unravel, okay, what are the core items I need in order for me to start trading and start being effective and getting customers? When you have customers, you generate your own sales and revenue, so therefore you're able now to make money and buy additional things, stock, whatever it might be. But I always find it quite interesting when I hear people need so much money to start their business because they
or to continue their business.
Because they want to stockpile stock. There's a few things that you need. Okay, yeah, if you need if your business is tech based and you need to create an app, maybe there's an argument, right? But I'll talk about it from a recent experience thing. So one of my friends said they wanted to create an app, one of my clients, and I said, they asked me to introduce them to one of my contacts who's done some serious numbers with apps and sold. I won't say the name, but you know who I'm talking about. And so I took them to this meeting, and he said something that was very valuable, and I use this all the time, right? And he said, basically, do you realize that the business that he was involved in didn't start on an app, and it started on desktop?
Yeah.
And he goes, what they did was they used the desktop version to understand the customer's needs, to understand all the issues, and to get traction and to get customers. Yeah. Then once they learned all of that, they then got the app. So the question I always put back is, when I always hear, oh, I need an app.
Yeah. Do you need an app?
What
is the proven concept before you invest in an app?
What does the app do that the desktop doesn't? And yes, there's a degree of usability and blah, but what does it do? So if you don't need an app, do a desktop. Get some customers. You can start your desktop for a couple of grand, potentially. Get some customers. Then once you've proven your concept, now you can go and get your app, right? So what do you need this money for? I need stock. Well, why do you need so much stock?
Yeah.
Why do you need so much stock?
But I think a lot of these people, they're either afraid of just bootstrapping it and doing it, at a basic level to prove concept, or they just don't know. They just see, I think the news and the media is really good at presenting all of these businesses that are doing round A, round B, round C, round Z funding, that are not getting a few million each time, and a business is not sustainable. If they made a profit in their life, if they stopped for a second and stopped funding, they wouldn't have a business. There is no business. So ignore the kind of sexy feeling that you need to go out there and get all this funding. Right? It is very American. It's okay to start a business and work it out and prove the concept first before you start trying to get all this money in. But I think that just sounds like the harder way, doesn't it? It sounds easier to go out there and get someone's money, but But then by wanting all this money, sometimes it stops you from moving forward because you're like, I need all this money, and you can't see past that. Yeah. And no one wants to give you any money because you haven't really done what's needed to get the money. So you don't start a business, and then also when you have lots of extra money, you're less creative.
Yeah.
Like, if you had lots of money, you play with it. Let me try a bit of that. I'll do a bit of TV, I'll do a bit of radio, I'll do a bit of
100%.
billboard. Actually, if you had no money, what would you have done? And then you start
100%.
being more creative, and you start also you're not throwing the money away because you haven't got the money to throw away and play with. Yeah. So you're very clear about your choices. Yeah. And I think that makes a huge difference.
And I think that's why I've had to I've learned so much in my journey because I had to bootstrap as they call it, right? When I was in my
it was bootstrapping when bootstrapping wasn't sexy.
Yeah, before it was even a word, right?
Yeah.
It was like, how can I maximize this opportunity with as little budget as possible? What are the things I can do, right? And when you have a huge budget, the funny thing is, right? When I've had budget to do things and I've tried more sexier things, they've never worked.
Yeah. But those sexier things, often you need to do big, like multiple campaigns, longer term. They're not one-offs, are they?
So like,
but then look at that. The example.
Look at that.
What's that? That advert on the back of the bus.
Oh my god! So the advert at the back of the bus is the Ideal Home. We did Ideal Home.
Yeah.
We spent a fortune on the Ideal Home.
Yeah.
Didn't work for us.
No.
Right. And
but
that's because we had a bigger budget.
Yeah.
If we didn't have a big budget at the time, we would not have done it.
I don't even think I did have a big budget when I did it. When I did it, they had sold me on the idea and the concept of it having X amount of visitors and so on.
But it was near startup stage where there was a budget
there was a
available.
Bit of budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe. But yeah, those things. Would you do them if you couldn't afford it? You would think of other ways of getting to your end customer, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
But that said, there are like the person you're talking about who did the app thing, the website, then the app. I remember them saying that once they had the budget, they did a big TV campaign, and that changed the whole trajectory of the business. But that was months in. That was a while in. Yes, yeah. Okay. Being on TV can change your success overnight. Of course it does. But yeah. Don't wait to get that money together to be able to start your business. That doesn't make any sense.
So back to the question is, do you need money to start your business? Sometimes. However, I guess the point of this is you don't always need as much money as you think you may need to start the business. So let's look at what are the core items I need. And if everyone's argument is a stock, well, okay, what is the minimum order quantities for me to get some customers, and how quickly, once I get the customer, can I then place the order to then order the next batch? Maybe the first batch you pay a little bit more for your product because you're not ordering as much quantity, and such is life. That's how it goes sometimes, right? So
it always reminds me of, I don't know if you ever saw that video of Gary Vee. This is before Gary Vee was like as big as he is now.
Before Gary Vee was Gary Vee.
Yeah, and he was on this panel. I think it was like a tech investment type event,
right?
Like almost like a Dragon's Den thing.
Yeah.
And they had like 3 entrepreneurs proposing back or explaining, what had happened since they'd been on this program or through this program. And the first 2 said, since I've been on this program, I managed to raise 5 million, for example. The next one said, before I went on, since going on this program, I've raised 2 million. Everyone in the crowd was like, yay, wow. And then the third set said, since going on this program, I haven't managed to raise any money, but I've got X amount of customers, and as a result, we have a revenue or turnover of, 100K or something. And people were like, oh. And Gary Vee had to kind of say to them, guys, the fact you're not applauding is wrong, because actually, they have gotten customers. They've proven their concept. They now have money that they have created through customers, versus these guys who have just raised money and don't actually have any customers yet. But because of how sexy it sounds now to get investment, people are not applauding people who actually have gone through the stage of getting business and getting customers.
Yep.
And that is scary.
Yep. Mad.
Yeah. So keep going. If you've got an idea, bootstrap it, make it work, prove your concept before you invest those money or try and get other people's money to invest in that concept.
Absolutely. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. We're trying to keep them more condensed, but let us know your comments and thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, you need to send this to at least 3 people now.
Absolutely.
Come on. We're giving this content for you for free. Talk to them, B.
For free.
So thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you're enjoying the content. Please do share, please do like. Let us know that you're enjoying this content that we're giving it to you guys free of charge, and sharing our thoughts with it. So I'm Byron, I think. You weren't sure? That's weird. Yeah, I think I am. Okay, cool. Who are you? Byron. Okay, and I'm Bianca. And self-made is success. Thank you so much. Bye.